Hi, I'm Damari Gray. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Altamont Freddie Butler.
I'm Ricardo Baby Gardner, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary.
Reggae Boys Commentary, live and direct every time.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beaten thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboys Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi, my name is Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like and share. I'm Chris Binney, and I'm Jamaica's #1 squash player and 9-time Caribbean champion, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share button below.
Just like that. Reggae Boys invasion of the world. Big side, big side.
Well, hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are across this planet Earth. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. How is everybody doing? It's Monday, May 6, 2024. Everybody ready? Hope everybody is doing well and that we can get this show on the road. Okay, looking forward to engaging with you guys in the comments as we dissect the information on the screen. I'm going to break it down for you guys so that we can understand it a little bit better and essentially plan for what lies ahead in this Nations League. Here, let me take a couple of the comments first before we go into it. One says, can't wait, Sai, and oh, many people want to get already into the groups. Oh, trust me, guys, I'm going to get to that. You'll Sherwood says, bless up, Simon. Bless up. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Okay, the CONCACAF Nations League. Why are we talking about this when in the summer we have the World Cup qualifiers and we have the Copa America? Well, the reason that we're doing that is because in September, we will start the 2024-2025 cycle of the CONCACAF Nations League. This will also serve as a qualifier for the 2025 edition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Okay, so hope that you understand exactly what I said. This is serving as a qualifier for the CONCACAF Gold Cup. And in due course, the governing body of football in CONCACAF, in the region CONCACAF, will announce details in relation to the qualification process for the Gold Cup. But I'm going to break down the format this year, what does it mean for Jamaica, and everything like that, so that you are up to speed with everything. Okay, good. So the first thing first, when is Jamaica going to kickstart action in the 2024-2025 CONCACAF Nations League? Well, Jamaica actually gets the ball rolling in September. That's right. The September window, it stretches from September 2 to 10 of 2024. All right. You guys understand exactly what I'm saying there? Yeah, September 2 to September 10. That's the September window. The October window is October 7 to 15. So September 2 to September 10, October 7 to October 15 is the October window of games. And in November, that's when the quarterfinals will kick off of the Nations League, November 11 to 19, 2024. That's the quarterfinals, first leg and second leg. And in relation to the semifinals and final, or what we know as the Nations League finals, that will take place from March 20 to 23 in the United States. In terms of where, well, we'll see. We've had Nations League finals in Dallas. We've had Nations League final as well in Vegas. So it's interesting to see what next year's Nations League finals will be and where will be played for 2025. Okay, but as you are aware now, September, October, the group stages of the Nations League. November will be the quarterfinals, and the March window will serve as the Nations League finals for an opportunity to win a trophy. Okay, guys? Good, so that we can be able to get into things. Blair Video says checking in. Okay, checking in, Blair Video. Sounds good, man. How are you guys doing? You guys doing okay? How are things? I'm going to get into the information that you see on your screen so that you guys understand it a little bit better and can plan things accordingly for the draw so that we can be able to know the possibilities of Jamaica's group, the teams that are in Jamaica's group. Okay, so that is exactly what we're going to go into. All right, good. All right, on your screen, you see pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4, pot 5, and pot 6. And first, let me explain the green arrow. The green arrows are for teams that have been recently promoted from League B to League A of the Nations League itself, okay? From League B to League A of the Nations League. And the red arrow that you see at the bottom is related to teams that are relegated from League A to League B, okay? So for example, Haiti and Grenada, they've been relegated to League B of the Nations League. Similarly, Curacao and also El Salvador as well, they have been relegated to League B of the Nations League. However, for this staging of the Nations League, as you can see on your screen, Guadeloupe, Nicaragua, French Guyana, and Guyana. Those are the 4 teams that have been promoted from League B to League A of the Nations League. So those are the teams that have been promoted. All right. All right. Good. So let's talk about Jamaica now. Where do you see Jamaica? Jamaica is pot 1, right? As you can see on your screen there, Jamaica, pot 1. Jamaica is in pot 1 alongside Costa Rica. So what does that mean? That means that Jamaica will not face Costa Rica in the group stages of the CONCACAF Nations League. I repeat, Jamaica will not face Costa Rica in the group stages of the CONCACAF Nations League. Pot 2 has Honduras and Guatemala. Pot 3 has Trinidad and Tobago and Martinique. Pot 4 has Cuba and Guadeloupe. Pot 5 has Nicaragua and Suriname. And Pot 6 has French Guyana and Guyana. So what does this mean now? It means that when the draw is made at 6 o'clock Jamaica time today, Jamaica's group will be confirmed for the 2024-2025 edition of the CONCACAF Nations League. Okay, everybody got that? Everybody clear with that? Once we have that clear now, we can press on to the next factor now. All right, as you can see there, Jamaica is where? Pot 2. That's right. Jamaica are in pot 2, rather pot 1 rather. So let's look at pot 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 now, okay? Let's look at that together and have a discussion about that. So either Honduras or Guatemala will be in Jamaica's group. Either Trinidad and Tobago or Martinique will be in Jamaica's group. Either Cuba or Guadeloupe will be in Jamaica's group. Either Nicaragua or Suriname will be in Jamaica's group. And one of French Guyana or Guyana will be in Jamaica's group. You guys got that? Everybody clear about that? Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, so that we can be able to look at it. Okay? Okay, let's look at that together, and then we proceed on with everything. Smash the like button, guys. Only 29 likes and over 50 of you guys watching this video right now. So you guys have to smash the like button. It's very, very simple. Okay, good. Oh, this is an interesting comment as well. You know, ideal group for Jamaica. You know, you're saying that you want Guatemala, Cuba, Suriname, Guyana, in Martinique in Jamaica's group. Okay. Michael Thomas says, bless up, Simon. Bless up, Michael. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well. Kevin Williams, in relation to the Copa America provisional 60-player squad, the governing body of football in South America, CONMEBOL, have not revealed those details. May 5th was just the date that it has to be submitted to CONMEBOL. But in relation to when CONMEBOL would reveal that information, that is not something that has been revealed at this point. Jermaine Chambers says, good evening, Big Boss. Good evening. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Gregor Hines says, I guess, big up, Simon. Big up. Hope you're doing well. How is everybody doing watching this video right now? Because I want to do an explanation in relation to the group. All right, good. So we can proceed further on now. So one of Honduras or Guatemala will be in Jamaica's group. Everybody got that? One of, so either Honduras or Guatemala will be in Jamaica's group for the Nations League. Either Trinidad and Tobago or Martinique will be in Jamaica's group. Okay? Everybody got that? Good. Either Trinidad and Tobago or Martinique will be in Jamaica's group. Good. Let's go to pot 4. One of Cuba or Guadeloupe will be in Jamaica's group. Pot 5. Nicaragua or Suriname will be in Jamaica's group. And in pot 6, French Guyana or Guyana will be in Jamaica's group. So not both. So the 2 teams in pot 2, no. It's 1 from each pot, because you're going to have 2 groups and 6 teams in each group. And the top 2 teams from each group will advance to the quarterfinals of the competition. All right? And it'll join the likes of the United States, Mexico, Canada, and Panama in the quarterfinals of the Nations League. So the likes of the US, Mexico, Canada, and Panama will be hunting friendly matches during these windows. All right? Good. While Jamaica will be active. Think about it. Every FIFA window between now and June, July 2026, Jamaica will be active. All right? Think about it. World Cup qualifiers, Copa America, June, July. September, October, November, Nations League. March, Nations League. June next year, 2 World Cup qualifiers, and Copa America, Gold Cup, June, July. September, October, November, World Cup qualifying in 2025. March 2026 will be the only window that is like opened up, because that is where you have the intercontinental playoffs for the World Cup, March 2026. Of course, June, July 2026 is the World Cup itself. So every FIFA window will be occupied, every FIFA window. And that in itself is everything for us to relish. Now, I know what everybody's thinking. Simon, we're going to be playing the group stages of the Nations League in September and October, 2 matches in each window. That means that's only 4 matches. Yep, that's right. So I know many people will be asking, are we going to play all of the teams in our group? No, we're not going to play all the teams in our group. We're not going to play 5 matches for the 5 other teams. No, it's going to follow the same format like it did in the last edition of the Nations League, where there was 1 opponent where we played twice, and 1 opponent where we played at home, and 1 opponent that we played away from home. You guys remember that? Because it's going to follow that exact same format. And I know if it should follow the same format in relation to the matches as well. Because remember, Jamaica was in pot 2 when the draw was made for the Nations League last year. Remember, Jamaica played Haiti twice. So Haiti was in pot 1, Jamaica was in pot 2. So Jamaica played Haiti home and away. You understand what I'm saying? So essentially what that would give an indication of is that the team that Jamaica faces in pot 2, Jamaica would face them home and away, which means it will be the first time that Coach Halgrimson will be coaching a game for Jamaica on Central American soil. No, guys, Mexico is in North America, not Central America. All right, good. So that we can be able to proceed forward now. So if we're following the same sort of format from the Nations League last year, because Haiti were a team in pot 1, right? And Haiti opened their campaign with a home game against a team in pot 4, right? And then they played away to a team in pot 2, right? You follow me so far? And then they played away to the team in pot 5. And then they welcomed Jamaica, the pot 2 team, at home in their last game. So if you were to follow that same format, right? If you were to follow that same format, it would give the indication that Jamaica would play at home to Cuba or Guadeloupe. Jamaica would open their campaign at home to Cuba or Guadeloupe, and then play away to Honduras or Guatemala, and then play away to Nicaragua or Suriname, and then play at home to Honduras or Guatemala. So based on that format, Jamaica would face one of Honduras or Guatemala, home and away, and face a team from pot 4 and pot 5, host a team from pot 4, and then play a team from pot 5 on the road, if it were to follow that exact same format. And I know you were saying, Simon, was it the same for Panama? Well, Panama were also a pot 1 team in the last Nations League group stage. Let's have a look at Panama and in terms of how it worked out for them as well. Remember, Panama, in terms of how they opened their campaign, they opened their campaign at home to Martinique, and then they played Guatemala away, and then they played Curacao away, and then they welcomed Guatemala home, right? So Martinique, Guatemala, Curacao, Guatemala. So Panama played Martinique. They hosted a pot 4 team, and then they traveled away to face Guatemala, and then after that they traveled away to face Curacao away, and then they were at home to Guatemala. So again, if it follows that exact same format, then you're looking at a scenario where Jamaica plays Guatemala or Honduras home and away, and also battles Cuba or Guadeloupe, and Suriname or Nicaragua away. Okay? Hopefully that gives clarity. If you guys are unsure, let me know. But, hopefully that gives a little bit of clarity into what lies ahead for the draw quite soon. It's an exciting draw for us to look forward to. So that everybody is aware of everything. I am so special says 12 points, the aim same way. Yes, 12 points is still the aim. That doesn't change in any way, shape, or form. That's something that will always be constant and consistent to get those 12 points. So you're right. That is something that doesn't change. Oh, those are the teams that you want in Jamaica's group. So you want to face Cuba at home. You want to face Honduras, not Guatemala, and you want us to face Suriname over Nicaragua. Okay. All right. I think that's fair. In terms of how you feel. Interesting to see or hear if other persons have the same mindset as well, if they share the same viewpoint, if that's how they believe, or but yeah, it'd be interesting to hear how you guys feel about that, but yeah, that is the scenario in relation to how the groups are, and we look forward to it. And what I will say is that this Nations League, I know many people are going to be saying it's a lull because we have 2 World Cup qualifiers, June 2024 and June 2025, right? 2 World Cup qualifiers, 2 World Cup qualifiers, and it's like a 1 year between the sets of qualifiers. For me, the important aspect after these 2 World Cup qualifiers is to prepare for the British Virgin Islands away and Guatemala at home. So we'll focus on 6 points in those matches. Similarly, 6 points this June, and similarly 6 points next June. So the Nations League games with Honduras or Guatemala on the road, Suriname or Nicaragua on the road, these are valuable experiences, absolutely valuable experiences, because it's going to help us gain strength, stability. As we know, this will be the first sort of experience that Coach Holgrimson is seeing in these sort of environments. Think about the away games that Coach Holgrimson has had at Jamaica, right? Argentina in New York, all right, cool. Cameroon in Cameroon, so he's had a match on African soil, all right. Let's go into the new year now. Mexico in Mexico at Azteca. All right, a great exposure to what it's like in North America. All right, think about the tour of Austria, a couple of games, friendlies in Austria, the Gold Cup playing USA in USA, Mexico on the United States soil in Vegas. All right, late in the year was Nations League, taking on Grenada away and also Haiti away, but of course in Trinidad and Tobago, and Canada away in Canada. So Coach Holgrimson has been exposed to different environments on Caribbean soil, on North American soil, but now the experience is going to come on Central American soil. Central American soil is going to be something that is new because Coach Holgrimson is yet to coach a match in Honduras or in Guatemala, and that is the possibility that is going to be created once the draw takes place in another 50 minutes from now. You know what I'm saying? Still at work, but drop my like, showing respect to Godfather. Hey, Warren Webster, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Warren Webster says, people smash the like button, bring the facts, not fiction. Well, that is much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Hope you are doing well. All right? Yeah. Well, True Culture, we haven't had a match in a while. But yes, I have made mention of how Tiffany Cameron is trying to save her team from relegation in Liga F Femenina. It's unfortunate the scenario that is taking place, with Bunny, because what has happened now is that Man City lost and Chelsea defeated Bristol City by 8. So what it means now is that Chelsea has a superior goal difference. So what that means now, if Chelsea wins their game in hand, then Chelsea would go to the top of the table. You know what I'm saying? And Bunny has worked her socks off this season. At least Champions League football is guaranteed for Bunny next season. For me personally, next season, how I personally feel about it is, Champions League football, go to win all titles at disposal, but it wouldn't surprise me to see her one day at a Barcelona. I think that would be like the next step for Bunny as well, to play at Barcelona or Leon. Well, not Leon, but Barcelona or Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at how the Women's Champions League is, won't our Jamaicans competing for those very, very top honors? Barcelona has 2 Champions League titles to their name. Leon has 8, Eintracht Frankfurt has 4, Wolfsburg has 2, Barcelona has 2, Arsenal has 1. So Barcelona, for me, if City is not winning trophies, because I do think trophies are a good definition of success, and that's how I feel personally. Bless up, Simon says, float manager. Bless up. Hope you're doing well. Mr. United says, when is the draw? Yeah, I just made mention of Mr. United. Mr. United, the draw takes place at 6 p.m. Jamaican time. Yeah, that's why I just made mention a while ago in relation to the club form. Alika Keane winning the Czech Republic League as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's great to see those performances. And like I said, the World Cup qualifiers wouldn't be until next year. So every FIFA window now, we do our best to arrange matches so that we can be able to be best prepared for the qualifiers, because it is expected that for the next set of the 2027 World Cup qualifiers, that CONCACAF will remain with 4 spots and 2 intercontinental playoff spots. Jason Gona says, bless up, Simon, and all the chat. Bless up, Jason. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. So yes, folks, in another 46 minutes from now, we will have the draw for the 2024-2025 CONCACAF Nations League. All right. So yeah, and the clock is ticking as well. CONCACAF's YouTube channel is going to be broadcasting the draw, and we will know who the teams will be in Jamaica's group. So we eagerly look forward to that as the clock ticks on even further towards this group. John Dale says, do you think that they will give 4th and 5th place in League A to get out a Gold Cup? Remember, John Dale, that the 2022-2023 Nations League is a different format to this one. So it's a very, very different format. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. The Gold Cup right? So the CONCACAF Gold Cup is a tournament that is a 16-team event, all right? 16 teams in the region. It expanded from 12 teams starting in the 2019 edition of the tournament. It's been a 12-team tournament for quite some time. You know, when Jamaica finished with the bronze medal in 93, it was only an 8-team tournament. And then, you know, when Jamaica went to 98 Gold Cup, it became a 10-team tournament, you know. And then in 2000, it moved up to 12 teams. And then slowly but surely after that, because from the year 2000 to the year 2017, it was a 12-team tournament. When Jamaica went to 2 Gold Cup finals, it was a 12-team tournament. Now it's a 16-team tournament. All right. So it is expected that the Gold Cup in 2025 will also remain a 16-team event. So how I'm looking at it is this, John Dale. The US, Mexico, Canada, and Panama, that's 4, and they're going to be 4 automatic for the gold cup. The top 2 teams from each group qualifies for the quarterfinals. I'm assuming it's going to be top 2 team from each group will also advance to the Gold Cup. So that will be 8 spots, right? How I'm envisioning it as well for the other 8 spots is that the teams that finish 3rd in both groups, right? They miss out on the quarterfinals, but they qualify for the Gold Cup. So that will be 10 spots and 6 spots remaining. The team that finish 4th in both groups will join the League B group winners and the League C group winners for the remaining 6 spots. That's how I'm envisioning it. But perhaps this evening's draw will give us a bit more clarity into the matter so that we know exactly how the Gold Cup spots will be allocated. But we're looking at a 16-team Gold Cup. I think long term to have a 24-team Gold Cup like you know, like the expansion it had for the Euros, a 24-team Gold Cup that perhaps would be the next step. Because right now, like we have 41 teams in CONCACAF, 41 member associations in CONCACAF, right? So with a 16-team Gold Cup, that's 39% of the member associations taking part in the tournament, right? And let's say you have a 24-team tournament, then that will be 58%, so over half of the teams. Yeah, but I think 16 teams, it gives symmetry to things because you have a situation where you can be able to have top 2 teams in each group advancing to the quarterfinals and 3rd and 4th of each group eliminated from the competition. So that's what I would say. Danny Spalding says, up, Simon, up. Hope you're doing well. Good question, Warren Webster. Accomplished. Again, everybody's definition is going to be different because for me, trophies are a big definition of success. And I know that many people will say, well, Anderson at Manchester United has won 5 Premier League medals and Steven Gerrard didn't win any. Does that mean that Anderson is a better football player than Steven Gerrard? Anderson has been more successful than Steven Gerrard within the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that those things will come. But for me personally, medals, trophies are a huge indicator in that direction. That beefs up your body of work. It's like you have a resume of what you have done, and what you have done indicates those trophies, all right? And those medals. And for me, the trophies and the medals are of a higher weight than the individual accolades. You know, a golden boot or an MVP in a match, a man of the match performance, a player of the match performance, you know? So for me, the team accolade, it has a higher weight than a golden boot award, if you understand what I'm saying. So that's how I feel in the grand scheme of things. Because Lindy De La Pena has played for Jamaica, and Lindy De La Pena has won 2 league titles. You know what I'm saying? For a man that has worn a Jamaican shirt, and he has won 2 league titles, I think that is fantastic. He's won 2 English league titles at Portsmouth. You know, another reggae boy, well, they weren't called reggae boys in the 40s and 50s, but another Jamaican international hasn't won 2 league titles in England. Wes Morgan has won 1, you know? Well, he's had a great season, hasn't he, Mr. Webster? great season in terms of being able to play in the championship football. He needed it because, playing big man football, playing professional football is different from playing academy football. So this was greatly needed. I was grateful that he was able to get some minutes last season at Chelsea, making his Premier League debut and also getting some time in the FA Cup as well, and to play 50 games in all competitions, 44 in the championship. That's almost every game because it's a 46-game season. 10 goals, 5 assists to his credit as well. Well, you could say 11 goals in all competitions. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, how I feel, I have no problem if Omari Hutchinson returns to Ipswich Town next season on loan again. Why? Because Ipswich are going to be a Premier League team, and 2, because he's going to be able to get the minutes. I want him to be able to play the minutes to play 38 Premier League games or close to 38 Premier League games next season. I'm sure Ipswich will be looking to strengthen their squad, but I know that Omari Hutchinson will form a key component to their plans in particular. Carl Largy says, greetings, Simon. All respect. How are you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Swagger Giggle says, play up Pompey. Yeah, man, Pompey a big side, Pompey win trophies. Pompey has won trophies. You know what I'm saying? Pompey has won trophies. And Lindy De La Pena had a big, big role to play in that. And not a lot of people know this, but I'm going to tell you guys as well, the success that Brian Clough had as a player at Middlesbrough is all thanks to Lindy De La Pena. Think about it. 251 goals in 274 appearances. One of the best goal return ratios, especially in the second tier of English football. It all comes down to Lindy De La Pena's assists as well. Playing on the wider areas and whipping in the ball into the box for Brian Clough. If you ask me, though, personally, I think the best finisher, I should say, of all time is somebody that persons are going to say, huh? But for me, the best finisher of all time would be Dixie Dean. The Dixie Dean scored 390 goals in 447 appearances. But it gets even further than that. His 390 goals came in 400 shots. If you're taking 400 shots and you score 390 goals, then you have an accuracy of 97.5%. That means you're scoring 97.5% of your chances. So Dixie Dean, Tommy Taylor are persons that you cannot brush aside because the impact that they've had is bang, 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 bang. Thoroughbred. You know what I'm saying? Really, really, really strong. I name another player that has scored 60 league goals in a season in the top flight. Dixie Dean is the man himself. You know what I'm saying? Dixie Dean is the man. Yes, he did play for Portsmouth. You're right, Swagger. Noel Blake actually started at Aston Villa. Was born in Jamaica, and he left when he was about 15 years old. Played at Aston Villa as a defender. Played at Portsmouth. Played at Leeds. Played at Stoke. He was even the manager of the England under-19 team as well, and got them silver at a youth championship as well. Born in Jamaica. Played first division football. Was a really good defender. I know health-wise he had a stroke about 9 years ago. But yeah, he hasn't been in football in terms of a coaching managerial sense in a decade, because Exeter City was his last, you could say, role. But another great servant to Jamaican football, and one that should never be forgotten. Jamaican-born Noel Blake. He played in the 80s and also played in the 90s as well, So yeah, it was a great player. Really good player. And they had a lot of hard work with him, So yeah. Well, man from Portland, before it was called the EPL, it was called the First Division. And the first Jamaican-born player to play in the first division was Lindy de la Pena. And Lindy de la Pena won 2 league titles with Portsmouth, 1949 and 1950. Lindy de la Pena was the first Jamaican-born player to win the top flight league in England. Lindy de la Pena as well was also offered to go to Manchester United under Matt Busby. This was 1957 thereabouts. However, when Matt Busby got the offer from Manchester United, his girlfriend at the time said that he shouldn't go. She said she had a bad feeling about it. And what Linda de la Pena said was, okay, I won't go. And 6 months later, Manchester United had the Air Munich disaster. So he often says, because he even did an interview with Faye Ellington about this, and he said, wow, that could have been me. You know what I'm saying? You know, he rejected a move to Manchester United when they were the champions of England. And Lindy de la Pena refused a contract from Matt Busby at the time because he said that his girlfriend had a bad feeling about it. And 6 months later, Manchester United were in an Air Munich disaster. So, you know, life is just so funny in that sense. You know, he was at Middlesbrough, was their top scorer for 3 seasons in a row, scored 90-odd goals in 270 appearances, averaging a goal every 3 games. You know what I'm saying? And played also football in the 3rd tier as well, played for Mansfield Town as well for some time as well. So Lindy de la Pena is our first hero, the first Jamaican footballing hero, you know? So nobody should ever forget that at all. Yes, you're right, Swagger Giggle. A lot of Jamaicans have played for Portsmouth. You know, you can think about Ricardo Fuller. You can also think about Lindy de la Pena. There's so much others. Dion Burton as well. I even did a video, a shorts about the Portsmouth players that have actually, you know, Jamaican internationals. Fuller, Simpson, Paul Hall, Dion Burton. You're absolutely right. Donovan Kirk says, please no Jamaica in Suriname's group. Why not? What you have against Jamaica? Warren Webster. Remember, Lindy de la Pena represented Jamaica. John Barnes didn't. Or maybe you're just talking about success. The same question about Bunny. If you're talking about in that light, right? If you're talking about success, all right, John Barnes has won a few league titles at Liverpool. Raheem Sterling has won more league titles than John Barnes, and Raheem Sterling has played at 3 World Cups, and he has scored 1 World Cup goal, right? He's also won a silver medal at the Euros as well. That's a little bit about him, you know? That's a little bit about him. But it's an interesting conversation. But for me, the first Jamaican footballing hero is none other than Lindy de la Pena. And then after him, Art Welch, Sid Bartlett. Players like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. You know? And that's how I feel about it in terms of those individuals, you know? But yeah, I'm eagerly looking forward to what you guys would have to say about that. But it's an interesting conversation to have, you know? A very, very interesting conversation to have. It's amazing though. Bunny is the first Jamaican born to play in the WSL, what is now called the WSL. She wasn't the first Jamaican international to play for Man City though. Yeah, Fitzroy Simpson. Fitzroy Simpson has played for Manchester City. You know, not many people know that, but Fitzroy Simpson played for Man City. So yeah, that just gives a little bit of, you know, information about things there. But yeah, for me, if Bunny were to join Barcelona, you know, trophies would certainly follow, you know. But hopefully, you know, she can be able to win some more trophies with Manchester City soon. Yeah. So that is what I would say, you know. I don't know about that saga jiggle. I don't know. But I know he's been doing well at Portsmouth, you know, being able to contribute with goals, being on loan from Brentford. You know, and you think about him, he's young. Would you take him with you to the championship? Would you take him with you to the championship? Would you say that that is something that you would look towards as well? Because that's another aspect of things as well. Promoted club, use the momentum, carry you forward. You know what I'm saying? That would be a great thing to have, wouldn't it? So yeah, man. Why not? Why not? It would be a good idea. You know? Why not? Well, having a Jamaican flag beside your player profile doesn't mean that somebody has changed their allegiance. It means that whoever is in control of the database is now aware of somebody having Jamaican heritage, or it means somebody is naturalized or somebody is in the process of being naturalized. There are many times where even on transfer market, a flag is added beside somebody. That's because it has come to their attention that that person has Jamaican heritage. There are many players on that system with just the English flag and not the Jamaican flag. And there are many that have Jamaican heritage, but the Jamaican flag is not there. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show everything like that. You would take him back. Okay. You would take him back. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's amazing though, because think about the journey, Swagger Jiggle, in terms of Portsmouth. I remember, 2009, 2010 season, and then, Portsmouth got relegated. This was a time when they were in administration, fell from Championship to League One to League Two, and then the slow rebuild, League Two up to League One, and then the slow rebuild up to the Championship. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. Look what has happened at Sunderland. Sunderland had back-to-back relegations. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And now Sunderland are in a better place. They're back in the Championship, and we're knocking on the door recently in relation to promotion to the Premier League. But you could see that there is some stability now in terms of how they're operating. So all eyes will be, I know they want to get back into the top flight. And it's a club with a rich history too. So for me personally, clubs like Sunderland, right? Derby County. These are clubs with rich histories that honestly seeing a club of that nature outside of the Premier League is a crime. Having Newcastle United outside of the Premier League would be a crime. Everton outside of the Premier League would be a crime, because of the body of work, what they have done and what the pillars they meant for English football, So that's everything there, But yes, guys, we are 26 minutes away from the draw. 26 minutes from the draw, so not long to go. Did you? You donated some of your lunch money? Really? Remember that FA Cup in 2008? Remember when you beat Liverpool 2-0 at Fratton Park? I remember when Harry Redknapp was there, brought Peter Crouch and Jermaine Defoe to Portsmouth, Yeah. I remember when Ben Johnny went to was at Portsmouth and was scoring loads of goals, and then Man City wanted him, and Ben Johnny was like, "I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave." You know, memories, memories. I tell you, yeah, Portsmouth are a good community club. You know, the southern clubs don't get a lot of the praise or the limelight as the London clubs or the clubs of the north, but clubs in the south, they've also given a great contribution to English football. Southampton, Brighton, Portsmouth, Bournemouth, southern clubs that have given English football memories, moments. Yes, you saw the live, man. What do you mean? What do you mean we're not going to win the World Cup? I think it's a good squad. Perhaps I think Fabian Allen is the only person that I would have a question mark why he wasn't in the squad. Well, I think it's a solid squad. You have a lot of finishers in the team, so it just gives the indication that, you know, we're going to do our best to put 200, 250 on the board, and hopefully the opposing team is not going to be able to catch it. Or if another team puts 180, 190 on the board, we do our best to lick it off with the finishers that we have and the pinch hitters. You know, so I don't have a problem with that. Look at the seamers now. Alzari Joseph, you know, Andre Russell will provide some seam as well to the unit as well. You know, Shepherd, Rutherford. Yeah, the spinners know the slow bowlers. Gudakesh, Multi, Akil Hussain, they'll be two important parts of this puzzle. Ruston Chase as well with the ball. Maybe not 4 overs, maybe 2 overs. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, for me, if I had to bring somebody new in, it would be Nathan Edward. I think Nathan Edward is going to be the next Krishmar Santoki, you know? So that is what I would say. Which Reggae Boy scored 10 goals or more for 3 consecutive seasons in the Premier League. So, Ricardo Fuller, when he was at Stoke, right? The first season that Stoke was in the Premier League, had scored 11 goals in that first season, right? But I'm assuming that you're talking strictly Premier League goals. And to answer that question in particular, the truth is, no one really comes to mind when you think about it, you know? And you think about others that have been able to don those, the Premier League clubs. You know, Marlon King, when he was at Watford, I think he was 4 or 5 Premier League goals in a season. Hull City, Middlesbrough, you know? So, yeah, the Championship was the body of the work. Yeah, AC Milan versus Portsmouth, that was a great game. Carl Largy, which school did you attend in Jamaica? I attended Hillel Academy, and I attended the University of the West Indies, and I also did my talent identification course at the Scottish Football Association in Glasgow. So, you know, Scotland has produced some of the best, you know, coaches on the planet. You think about Sir Alex Ferguson, Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, and even recent times, you know, the likes of Steve Clark, David Moyes, Alex McLeish. All of these Scottish coaches have done so well. Even, you know, Jose Mourinho getting his qualifications in Scotland. You know, Scotland has, you know, many people don't know this, but Scotland is actually where tiki-taka football was invented. It wasn't invented in Spain. Tiki-taka football actually was invented in Scotland, and it was taken over from Scotland to the Spanish-speaking world, namely South America and also Spain. A lot of people don't know that, but, you know, Scotland has had the biggest influence on the world, I would say. Think about Jamaica. Think about your surname right now, you watching this video. If your surname is McGregor, Anderson, you know, Nicholson, Gordon, McAllister, McCreath, then, you know, it's a Scottish surname. And you think about it, in Jamaica, when you look at those surnames, the vast majority of names that we have on the island are Scottish. Very, very close to English surnames like Preston, you know, for an example, you know. So, you know, it just goes to show the impact that they've had on the world stage. But yes, I attended Hillel Academy, the University of the West Indies, and the Scottish Football Association. Why do you have a problem with Shamar Joseph being in the squad? I have no problem with Shamar Joseph being in the squad. I understand, you know, what people say in terms of momentum from the Australia series, and he hasn't had a lot of white ball experience. But I don't think it. I think it does more good than harm. You know what I'm saying? Think about the experience that he'll be garnering playing in white ball tournaments and what it will do moving forward. He's still going to have the pace. I'm sure you can agree with me that he will still have the pace. So it's now about being able to have control with that pace, because the lines that you bowl, right? Your line and the length that you bowl in a test match is not necessarily the same line that you will bowl in especially T20 cricket. Vernon Philander learned that when he came to the Caribbean to play for the Tallawahs in the CPL in 2013. Vernon Philander, excellent in red ball cricket with South Africa. When he came for the CPL, first couple of games, it was tough, but he changed his line and altered his length occasionally, and he was able to reap the rewards with wickets and also had an impact with the bat as well. So sometimes it's about the education, and I'm sure the video analyst will be showing exactly the exact positions that will be needed to pitch the ball into, whether you are Papua New Guinea, Afghanistan, New Zealand, Uganda, Australia, India, no matter who you are. I'm confident that that information will be there. Yes, Jason Gona, what I'm going to do for you is basically share with you a documentary that speaks about it. You know, Scotland essentially invented the pass and move game. Essentially. So Jason Gona, I will send that to you, essentially. Yeah, the first game, the first time that a crossbar was used, it took place in Scottish football. You know what I'm saying? The first black professional footballer was in Scotland as well. You know, think about Andrew Watson, born in Guyana, but played professional football where? In Scotland. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Scotland has had a huge influence. The first terraces ever. Yeah. You know, you think about the first time that you had the first division when Preston North End won, you know, more than half the team was made up of Scottish players as well. So that's the sort of impact that they had. So yeah. Well, in terms of the cross section, yes, you're right. The colors are different, but I understand exactly what you mean in terms of the cross. You know, the Scottish flag has of course, the white cross and of course the blue. So yeah, I understand exactly what you mean there. John Paul says, "Bless up, Simon. Bless up. Bless up. Hope you're doing well." Well, Lee, as I said, you know, I believe that knowledge is power, and that is not something that I'll ever stop believing. I think you can always learn, whether you are 5 years old or whether you are 95 years old. I think you can always learn, and there's always something for you to work on. I mean, we'll see what the future brings. But I think it's, you know, one step at a time with everything that we do in this life. You know what I'm saying? Yep, Jason Hewell, you are right. I mean, the vast majority of these Nitro came prior to him being a Jamaican international. But you're absolutely right, because Mikel Antonio has more Premier League goals than he does. Because if you think about what he was able to do, right, 3 seasons in a row. Because remember, he made his debut for Jamaica October, November 2004, right? And at Charlton, when you put up those numbers, it was 11 in 2002 season. It was 10 goals in the 2003 season and 10 goals in the 2004 season. In the 04-05 season, he made his debut for Jamaica. But I get your point. I get your point completely where that is concerned. Yeah, man, no problem. No problem, Jason. So you can watch that documentary when you're finished. Issa Muhammad says, WV new ET. What do you mean by that? I honestly don't understand a word that you've just said. I don't. If you want to clarify that, then yeah, let me know. But it's soon time to get into, as Massacre says, limelight, limelight, been there, done that. Keep shining, blessing a real timing. But yes, we're now 15 minutes, guys, 15 minutes away from the draw for the 2024, 2025 CONCACAF Nations League. We'll know the teams that are in Jamaica's group. And as you can see on your screen right now, you're seeing the pots for the draw. So you know a team from pot 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be in Jamaica's group. Okay? Everybody clear? Everybody understand that? Any questions? You guys can let me know. Okay? No, Devon Smith. Linda De La Pena died in 2017. He was 89 years old. And as I said, Faye Ellington, perhaps I should drop the video in the chat so that you guys can watch. Faye Ellington, veteran broadcaster, did an interview with Linda De La Pena about his time leaving Jamaica and being able to go from Jamaica to England, what the journey was like, and also his experiences playing in football. And it was one of the most watched videos that she ever had. The experience of Linda De La Pena. It's a 24-minute interview, and trust me, Mr. Devon Smith, it is a really, really good interview. All right, Mr. Devon Smith, I've dropped the interview within the chat as well. And after the Nations League draw, you can be able to watch it. All right, in relation to the Linda De La Pena sharing his life story in relation to playing football in England, the challenges he faced, and why he turned down Manchester United, which is, of course, the story is that he said was that his girlfriend told him not to go, and 6 months down the road, Manchester United had the Air Munich disaster, and a lot of members of the team died. So it's like he felt like he dodged a bullet by listening to his girlfriend, who later became to be his wife. All right. So yeah, Peter Mystic. This is how I feel. I'm actually happy that we're playing in the group stages because it allows us to be able to use those FIFA windows. Because think about it, other teams in CONCACAF will be occupied in September and October. And what else happens across the world in the September and October windows? You're going to have the UEFA Nations League also taking place. South American World Cup qualifying is also taking place. Asian World Cup qualifying is taking place. African World Cup qualifying is taking place. And Oceania will commence their matches as well. So when you think about it, really, in September and October, what would you prefer? Jamaica being inactive and having to look for a team against a non-FIFA member like a Greenland. You know what I'm saying? Because other teams will be occupied. The United States and Canada and Mexico, they've arranged friendlies in advance. You know, so I'm actually happy that we have the games on paper. Every window is occupied. So we know when we're getting into this rhythm, so that the players know as well for World Cup qualifying, 2 games a window, bam, 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 bam. You get into that routine, that consistency. Yes, no problem, Mr. Devon Smith. So as I said, after you finish watching the draw for the Nations League, then you tune into that video that I just sent you. And I think that you will like it. I think you'll really love the interview. It's really nice. Faye Ellington did an exceptional job. She was actually one of my lecturers at the University of the West Indies, alongside Paula and Porter Jones, Canute James, Miss Yvette Rowe, Miss Corrine Barnes, Dr. Corrine Barnes. Yes, and Faye Ellington was extremely open when we, did presentation across the different mediums, television, radio as well, and how we should prepare for extemporaneous delivery. So I think that was extremely helpful as well. You know what I'm saying? Well, Imran, I'm not sure, because I do feel that Australia is building something, and what they have in store can put them in place to be able to qualify for major tournaments for years to come. I think they've done some great work, and I think the journey, you could say, all started in the early 2000s. You know, football is considered the migrants' game in Australia, right? They call it the immigrants' game because rugby, league, cricket, tennis, all more popular than football within Australia. But it was the World Cup qualifier against Uruguay for the 2006 cycle that started to turn people and unite people. So it took qualifying for the World Cup for people to unite and make football a sport that they loved, and start speaking about the likes of Mark Viduka and company, Mark Schwarzer and company, in the same breath as a Brett Lee, a Glenn McGraw, a Jason Gillespie, a Matthew Hayden, Adam Gilchrist, a Ricky Ponting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. We are now 10 minutes and 30 seconds away from the official draw for the 2024-2025 CONCACAF Nations League. So we are very close. Close. Yeah, Tim Cahill as well. Interesting story, Tim Cahill. Yeah, born in Australia, played for Samoa at youth team as well because he has Samoan heritage. Yeah, and Tim Cahill was also part of the coaching staff of Qatar at some point, I believe, as well. Carlington Grant says, well done, Simon. Very good report. Very good report on what? You mean what I just said a while ago, or are you watching something separate apart from what we're doing right now? You know? But yeah, as I said, guys, you know, football has the ability to unite people. And I've given so many examples of this. I spoke about Australia qualifying for the 2006 World Cup, right? You know, we all know what 97 meant for us, right? November 16, 1997. There hasn't been another day in our history as independent Jamaica that we've had 0 deaths recorded in our island. That's the last time we had 0 deaths recorded in our island. November 16, 1997. A very, very historic day. If you look at Statin, it'll give you all the information. It's Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin. All right. So it goes to show what football does to people. Look what happened when Ivory Coast qualified for the 2006 World Cup. The country was split. The people in the north are Muslims. The people in the south are Christians, right? And look what it did. It united the Muslims and the Christians. And Didier Drogba asked the government to hold their elections because it was causing a lot of political warfare and people were dying. But look how it united Ivorians by virtue of football. Football united people. Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. How many groups will there be in the Nations League, Lee Young? You're going to have 2 groups and 6 teams in each group. Top 2 team advances to the quarterfinals to join USA, Mexico, Canada, and Panama. Okay, so I've given an example already about the Ivory Coast, right? I've given an example already about Australia as well, right? So we can literally go into more examples if you want. We can go into multiple examples to show how football unites people. We could go into Iceland for the 2018, what Coach Hallgrimsson did. You know what I'm saying? We could go into other examples to show exactly what I mean. Look what happened in Ukraine. Their first World Cup, Germany 2006. And where did they go? They went to the quarterfinals of the 2006 World Cup. Quarterfinals. Tough start against Spain, but victories over Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, defeating Switzerland in the round of 16 on penalties before taking on the Italians. A quarterfinal appearance for your first World Cup. Ukraine united for the World Cup. That's what football does for people. All right? That's what football does. Yes, you're right about Croatia as well for 1998 as well. What it did for finishing 3rd. Big time. Big time. It had that impact as well. Randy Blessed up Simon. I bought a Jamaica shirt with the old school Adidas logo. Ah, nice. I think the coach proved that he is world class. And you are spot on, my friend. 100% correct. Yep. But yeah, guys, I must say that after the Nations League draw, I would encourage you to watch, the interview Lindy De La Pena had with Faye Ellington about his memories playing football in England. I think you'll enjoy it. And in addition to that as well, if you guys are interested into seeing the documentary as to Scotland inventing tiki-taka, I'm more than welcome to share that link as well. If you're interested, then do say, Simon, share it with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more than happy to share that as well, because Scotland, as I said, has had a huge influence on Jamaica. And everybody knows what happened when England started to colonize Jamaica in 1655. The Scots, the Welsh, the Irish also came to Jamaica in the same breath as well and worked in Jamaica. So you do have Welsh towns. You do have Welsh surnames like Howell. You do have Irish surnames of people like Daly, Sweeney, Ryan, Keane, you do have people with those surnames in Jamaica. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it just goes to show the impact that is on the island of Jamaica. And it's very interesting that to this very day, how rich that sort of culture is on Jamaica, with their fragments of Welsh, Scottish, Irish, and English culture within Jamaica. Spanish, not so much, if any at all. I don't think there's any thing that is part of Jamaican culture that is Spanish outside of no. But again, that was a long time ago, because France was Spain was 1494 to 1655. So that was 161 years of rulership. There's been more time that has passed since 1655 to now than 161 years of Spanish rulership. So, yeah. And if you talk to historians, they'll tell you that the purpose that they had in Jamaica was different. That's what they would say. But yes, you're right. Jason, going in terms of the rivers, we know about Rio Cobre, Rio Bueno, Ocho Rios, Oracabesa, San Diego de la Vega. So yes, Spanish Town. I get that, Jason, 100%. I guess what I'm trying to refer to is, like, is there a building that you can say, yep, that is Spanish? Is there something you can point out apart from the town names that you can say, yep, the Spanish were definitely here? You have Jamaicans that have the surname Gonzalez. You have Jamaicans that have the surname Sanchez. I've met Jamaicans with those surnames, and these are Jamaicans, not, oh, you're born in Jamaica to a Mexican father or Mexican mother. I've met Jamaicans with those surnames, 100%. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I guess it's just a smaller imprint than English, Welsh, Scottish, Irish. Because as I've said in previous lives, I do believe strongly the Indian and the Chinese culture on Jamaica far exceeds the Spanish culture on Jamaica. That's how I feel. Thank you, Lee. Much appreciated. Yeah. Yes, Peter Mystic. As I said, I shared the link earlier within the chat. So after this video, you can be able to watch it, okay? But yeah, he goes into depth about it and explains to Faye Ellington the crash. And I think his definition of how the crash was gives clarity to things, because to this day, like, you wouldn't find video footage of the crash. But the way how he described the crash, it gives you a perspective of how it went, if that makes sense. Yeah. Episode. Air disasters, yeah. Under 14 league and 103 million. Oh, really? Wonderful. Keep up the good work, Freedom Vlog. Keep up the great work. You're doing something for your country, and one day you'll receive an order of distinction. Yeah. Was the girlfriend that said that to Mr. Bella his future wife, Simon? Yes, it was his future wife. Was it his last wife? I don't know. But yes, she went on to be his wife. Yes, she did go on to be his wife. But to the best of my knowledge, he had more than one wife in his lifetime, to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, that surname is also in Jamaica as well. Yeah, I'm aware of that. If so, she taught me in prep school. Okay, look at that. Was she... Was she slender and light skinned? Maybe that's difficult of a definition. The German, like I said, surnames, yeah, for German surnames are here for sure, like Hacker, Hawk. But yeah, they're German surnames here, absolutely. And you can tell, especially we know about Seafood Town. So yeah, they are here. The persons that live in Seafood Town right now, they are the great-grandchildren, and some of them the great-grandchildren of great-great-grandchildren of the Germans that came. And do you know where the Germans came from to come to Jamaica? They came from a town called Bremen, and they were Werder Bremen fans. Yeah. Well, it might have been his sister because I know his sister was a teacher, Jason. So I know Linda DePellon's sister was a teacher, so I don't know if that gives clarity as well. Real Madrid, something James many years ago. Yeah, Jermaine Gonzalez got a bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games, was 4th or 5th in the World Championships. Excellent runner. Excellent runner. Okay. But usually if somebody has a surname De La Pena, then it's one family. So whether it is an in-law or a cousin, I'm sure there was a relation. I'm confident about that. Course Corny says up, up. And guess what, guys? Just like that, time flies, and the draw commences in under a minute. Can you believe that? Well, you guys know the format. You'll have a presenter, you will have draw assistants, and what is going to happen is they're going to introduce the draw, they're going to introduce the teams in each pot, and each League A, League B, League C. What I don't know at this time, are they going to start from League C and work their way up to League A? Or are they going to start at League A and work their way down to League C? Personally, I feel they're going to start at League C and then go up. That's how I feel. And remember, before the draw, they do have video presentation in relation to the teams in the pot, and they have a brief dialogue with the draw assistants. That is something that takes place as well. But yes, the draw has started, and it's doing a presentation right now. Todos venimos de diferentes culturas, pero el fútbol nos une. But football is for us. One region. I'm translating the Spanish inscription. One voice. Una voz means one voice. Si escuchamos atentamente, nacimos listos para gritar gol. If you listen, it's all about scoring. And for now, to start to play, we're interested until the last minute. Despite all obstacles, we're ready and always ready for football. Football is our life, every game. Our passion is very strong, and we can't wait to go on. The hopes, the dreams, the aspirations of people. We are the region where the game is number one, different nationalities, and these decisions. Each day we get elevated. So yeah. That's not true, Kwame. That's not true. You have to watch all the lives to hear it. Well, Chorus Gurney, it's interesting because actually Norman Marley, his father was actually born in Liverpool. If you go to the Bob Marley Museum, they'll tell you that his father was born in Liverpool, England. And he's talking with this accent, and the thing that I heard was that his father was an Everton fan. His father was an Everton fan before he came to Jamaica. So his father was able to see the likes of Dixie Dean play football for Everton. And then he moved to Jamaica. And when he came to Jamaica, he had a son. And his son was Bob Marley. Do you know what I mean? So his father was actually from England. What was his wife? I don't know for sure, just not sure if it was a girlfriend. Oh, okay. Okay, understood, Jason. Okay. All right. All right, fair enough. Cool. Okay, the Nations League draw has started. The Nations League draw has started, and they have the draw assistants on stage. Adriana Monslav, assisted by Debbie Bissoon. Okay, so Jamaican is at the draw in Debbie Bissoon. Debbie Bissoon was actually the moderator at the Prime Minister's Awards in 2012 when I was the recipient. Yeah, so she called out my name. I remember that occasion quite well. But yeah, the draw has started. So yeah. And they're talking about everything right now. And they're inviting Felipe Moggio, CONCACAF General Secretary, to the stage, who will give a few opening remarks in relation to this draw. Philippe Moggio. Philippe Moggio is a French Colombian, former tennis player as well. so that you all are aware. So yes, the draw. Philippe Maggio explaining the tournament and the format and all of the teams that are participating. Yes, the lady in red is the Bebe Bassoon Nitro. She's a Jamaican. Yes, that is correct. I don't know the story, BM. I honestly don't know the story about what happened there. On the screen behind them, they're showing some pictures of some players as well. David Bassoon is having more of a dialogue as well with Philippe Maggio. Yep. All right, Richard Green. So the name Christie, the very, very original origin is Italy, but it got anglicized or Englishized in Ireland. So Irish. Christie would be Irish. Okay. Alrighty. A lot of conversation about the draw, what's going to happen, what's going to take place. And as you guys can imagine, there's going to be a lot of draw assistance. You're going to have persons that are going to be, involved in a scenario of former players. You're going to see former players involved, perhaps even players that played this competition already. That is something for us to look forward to as well. That's what I expect to take place. Mm-hmm. Yep. A video presentation, as I told you guys, the CONCACAF Nations League, and it's showing a video of Trinidad and Tobago, the Guatemala and French Guyana, Honduras against Grenada, Jamaica at the National Stadium, Honduras, Curacao, Guatemala. Celebrations, goals. And remember, there's going to be a video to explain the format as well, how much teams go where, qualify where, to which group. Yeah. Showing footage of the last Nations League. Mexico y Estados Unidos in Dallas. Good strike. Yeah, 2 Two very, very good goals that they scored. Dexter Lembakisa's goal tops it off, honestly. Footage. BM, did you read the article? That's why it's important. That it's accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. All right? That's why it's important to do the research. Okay? Because somebody wants you doesn't mean that you're going to be signed. Times things take time. And remember, you have a lot of parties involved. You have the player, you have the club, and you have the agent. So you have a lot of parties involved. So things don't happen like that. Things take time to happen. All right, good. They're showing the ecosystem of CONCACAF. League A, League B, League C. Yes, Richard Green. Green is an English name. Explanation for League A is being brought out right now. League A, so somebody's going to face US, Mexico, Canada, and Panama. We can finish at the top of our group. We could face one of Panama or Canada. League B, they're now explaining League B. You have 4 groups, 4 teams in each group. They play 6 matches in their group stage. So, yeah. They're utilizing. Oh, yeah. And League B is in a centralized location. Matches in Bahamas, Belize, like Puerto Rico, and another island. So, it's not necessarily home and away for League B teams. It's a centralized location. And that's fair because, as you know, in the Caribbean, guys, you know, very few places you can go to once flight or nonstop, you know, so I think that makes sense. And I think it'd be fair as well in League C to have centralized as well. Yeah, they have centralized locations as well. League C as well. Makes sense. Of course, you know, the promotion and relegation element is involved as well. So at least that explanation is being made. Bottom 2 teams from League A, they get relegated to League B. March 2025 will be the CONCACAF Nations League finals. 2 semifinals, 3rd place playoff, and a final. And the Nations League is a qualifier for the Gold Cup. That's right, it's a qualifier for the Gold Cup. 41 member associations, all of them have a chance to qualify for the Gold Cup. So that explanation is now complete. S Technic Skip says, big up, Simon. Big up. Hope you're doing well, man. How are things, S Technic Skip? Hope you're good. The draw has taken place. It's now 6:13 p.m. Jamaica time. They're showing on the screen right now the teams in League A, in League B, in League C right now. And the teams that were promoted in each of those divisions. Yeah, like League C, one League A. Yeah. So that's how it's going. Okay, so now they're introducing Carlos Fernandez, CONCACAF competitions officer. Carlos Fernandez, Chief CONCACAF Competitions Officer. So this is the man, folks. This is the man. All right. Carlos Fernandez is the man. Okay. That explains everything for us. Everything. So you guys have your pen and paper out. Get your pen and paper out, and we can be able to plan Group A, Group B, and who is in Jamaica's group. Okay? Good. Yeah, so a lot of discussion. It looks like, let's see where it will start. League A, League B, League C. Showing all the teams in each pot. All right. And how the seedings was done based on March 2021, 2024 index, right? We know the teams in pot 1, pot 2, right? So we have an explanation on that, which is good. And similarly in League B, how they do their pots as well. Again, I want to see if we'll start with League C first, or is it League A first, in terms of how they are doing the draw. Explaining League C. It's possible, BM, based on the quality points. It's possible, yes. It's very possible based on the gap that is continuing to narrow. So it is possible. And they're showing League A, League B, League C now. Good. Good, good, good. All right, so Carlos Fernandez gave an explanation. Now we see the balls and the pots. So we're getting to see who will participate in the draw. John Michael Williams of Trinidad and Tobago, goalkeeper John Michael Williams. He will be one of the draw assistants and may possibly determine who Jamaica plays as well. So John Michael Williams is in there as well. Well, alrighty. John Michael Williams talking about, he's played against Jamaica as well, guys. John Michael Williams, 2008, that 2-2 draw at the National Stadium. Caribbean Cup later in the year, that 1-1 draw as well. But yeah, John Michael Williams talking about the experience about playing in a CONCACAF tournament and how football in Trinidad and Tobago on the rise, and Trinidad in League A of the Nations League and everything. So yeah, it's an exciting time for him to look forward to. So yeah. And now we're going to introduce the other draw assistants as well. It'd be interesting to see if they're going to have one draw assistant per bowl or one draw assistant for 2 bowls. It looks like we're going to start with League C. Yeah, so it looks like we will commence the draw with League C. And away we go then with League C. So just be a little bit patient, guys, and we'll have the draw for League A of the Nations League. We've started with League C. Barbados has been pulled out, so that means that they're going to be in Group A. Barbados in Group A. The other teams in Pot 1, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Belize. Huh. St. Kitts and Nevis, they're known as the Sugar Boys. Belize, they'll be in Group B. Belize, the only English-speaking country in South America, Central America. Belize speaks Creole, similar to Jamaican Creole, Patois. And Group C, it's St. Kitts and Nevis. Cole Palmer, Marcus Rashford. Yeah, just two players that could have played for St. Kitts and Nevis, just an example. Yeah, St. Kitts and Nevis has Harry Panayoto, part of their squad as well. Raheem Handley has Jamaican heritage, but plays for St. Kitts and Nevis. Now we'll go swiftly to Pot 2 teams, and the first team out is the Bahamas. So Barbados and the Bahamas are in a group in Group A. Of the teams of the Cayman Islands and the Turks and Caicos Islands. We can also even track as well the British Virgin Islands, because remember, Jamaica is going to play the British Virgin Islands in World Cup qualifying. You're welcome, Richard. Jamaica is going to play the British Virgin Islands in World Cup qualifying next year. So this is our opportunity as well to have a look at the British Virgin Islands, who will be drawn from Pot 3 quite soon. So we can say, okay, the British Virgin Islands are playing this team and this team, so we can keep an eye out on them, because June 2025, we play the British Virgin Islands. All right, St. Kitts and Nevis play Cayman Islands. Okay, cool. Cool. Pot 3 now, folks. Who will it be in Pot 3? Bahamas, Barbados, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. U.S. Virgin Islands in Group A alongside Barbados, Bahamas, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Group B, who will join Belize, the Turks and Caicos Islands? Will it be Anguilla or the British Virgin Islands? It is Anguilla. And that only means that in Group C, there'll be St. Kitts and Nevis, the Cayman Islands, and the British Virgin Islands. So we'll see BVI taking on St. Kitts and the Cayman Islands. Alrighty. Well, folks, that concludes League C of the draw. They're going to go to League B and then League A. So we want to look out for that now, don't we? We want to keep very, very close attention on that, eh? Alrighty. League C is done and dusted. And now one of the moderators, one of the hosts, is going to say, let us introduce who will be the draw assistant for League B of the CONCACAF Nations League for 2024-2025. Please help me welcome Carlos Pavon from Honduras. Did you guys know that Carlos Pavon was born to a Jamaican father? Not many people knows that Carlos Pavon has Jamaican heritage. Yeah. Not many people know that. Not many people know that his grandpa was born in Jamaica. Not many people know that his granddad was born in Jamaica. His father is Errol Miller. And remember, in what happens in Spanish-speaking countries is that you take your father's surname and you take your mother's surname. So let's say your father's name was Brown and your mother's name was Edwards and your first name is Peter. And your name would be Peter Brown Edwards. that would be your name in Spanish-speaking countries. So Brown Edwards would be your last name. All right. So Carlos Pavon would be his mother's surname. His name is actually Carlos Plummer Pavon. But yeah, Carlos Pavon is doing League C teams, League B teams. Yes, we know that, Blair Video. League A is where our attention lies. I know. But we have to look at the League B first, don't we? That's something we have to analyze together, you know? So, we know Haiti, they were in our group for the Nations League. And now they're in League B. So we will see now what will take place, eh? And the draw has started. El Salvador. El Salvador are in Group A of League B of the Nations League. Let's look at the other opponents. Curaçao. Curaçao are also heading a group. Curaçao, Group B in League B of the Nations League. Up next, Haiti. League C, Group C, League B. And Group D, the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic are in Group D of League B of the Nations League. We swiftly now go to Pot 2 teams. First team out is Montserrat. So Montserrat will take on El Salvador. The other teams remaining in Pot 2 are Bermuda, Puerto Rico, and St. Lucia. Where will Vina Barcellet, the Cavalier goalkeeper, Vina Bartlett and St. Lucia go? They'll be in Group B alongside Curaçao. Curaçao and St. Lucia are in a group. Now we go to Group C. Who will join Haiti in Group C? Will it be Bermuda or Puerto Rico? It's going to be Puerto Rico. Neighbors in the Caribbean and the Greater Antilles, Haiti and Puerto Rico, which means Bermuda will face the Dominican Republic. That's right, the Dominican Republic. BM. Imagine this front three, BM. Paula One Shop, Carlos Pavon, Anandi Low. Just imagine that front three. Anandi Low, Carlos Pavon, and Paula One Shop. You have strength, you have size, you have height, you have goals. There would be no better front three in CONCACAF. Carlos Pavon, Paula One Shop, and Anandi Low. Jeez! That would have been something, don't it, BM? That would have been something. El Salvador, Montserrat, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Who will join Curaçao and St. Lucia? It's Grenada. So Grenada has a Windward Islands derby in League B with St. Lucia and Curaçao. Two more groups to finish. Antigua and Barbuda and Aruba in Haiti, Puerto Rico, and Aruba. Did you guys know that if you're born in Aruba or Curacao, then you're born with a Dutch passport? Yep. Yes, you are. Dominican Republic and Bermuda will be joined by Antigua and Barbuda. This now introduces Carlos Pavon into the pots now. So we have Dominica, we have Bonaire, we have St. Martin, and we have Saint Martin. The French one and the Dutch one. The first team out is Bonaire. So Bonaire joined El Salvador, Montserrat, St. Vincent in Group A. Group B, which Carlos Pavon is doing right now, will determine a lot. St. Martin. Dominica or St. Martin, the Dutch one now. So it's Haiti, Puerto Rico, Aruba, and Saint Martin, the Dutch side, which means that Dominica is going to play Dominican Republic not only in World Cup qualifying, but also in Nations League action. I wonder how both teams are going to feel about that. But yeah, so we have Dominican Republic, Bermuda, Antigua, and Dominica. And that means that we can be able to go over now to League A. That's right. So here we go. League A of the Nations League, folks. The moment you've all been waiting for. The moment you've all patiently waited for 1 hour and 46 minutes and 38 seconds. League A of the Nations League. They have to refill the balls in the pots now, and then we can be able to head over to the draw for League A of the Nations League. Mr. Fernandez is back as he goes through the procedure, the draw procedure, League A of the CONCACAF Nations League. Jamaica are in pot 1 with Costa Rica, so that means Jamaica will either be in League A or League B. Group A or Group B. Jamaica was in Group B for last year. Panama were in Group A. All right, good. So we know that we have to finish highly. So, and just like that, the balls have been filled in the different pots. And now we're ready for the draw, guys. Here we go. Here we go. First team drawn out. And the team that will be in Group A is Costa Rica, which means that Jamaica will be in Group B. All right, Jamaica in Group B. Okay, cool. So you guys ready? Jamaica are in Group B. Jamaica are where? Group B. So now we get to opponents now. Who will Jamaica face? You guys ready? So the team that is drawn out first will go into Costa Rica's group, so you're aware. Jamaica in Group B. Here we go. Who will be in Costa Rica's group? If it's Guatemala, then we don't have to face them 3 times. It's Guatemala, which means that Honduras will be in Jamaica's group. And that Jamaica will only face Guatemala once in the space of a year. So Honduras will be in Jamaica's group. Okay, Honduras will be in Jamaica's group. So Honduras. So now we go to pot 3. All right, pot 3. You guys ready? I think probably Trinidad might be in Jamaica's group. Yeah. Martinique. So Martinique are in Group A, which means Trinidad and Tobago are in Jamaica's group. Remember, it doesn't mean that we're going to play them, but they're in our group. Okay. We now go to pot 4, Cuba or Guadeloupe. It'd be nice to get Cuba, you know. Wait, John Michael Williams talking about Trinidad being in Jamaica's group. Yeah. But yeah. Here we go, Carlos Pabon. Who will be in the group alongside Costa Rica, Guatemala, and Martinique? It's Guadeloupe, which means that Cuba will be in Jamaica's group. Cuba in Jamaica's group once more. All right. Cuba are in Jamaica's group once more. Okay, pot 5 now. Nicaragua or Suriname? I'll take Suriname. The first team that goes into Costa Rica's group is Suriname, which means that Jamaica has Nicaragua. 2 trips to Central America. Nicaragua. Nicaragua are in Jamaica's group. Nicaragua. And 1 team left, and that is the pot 6 teams. Is it Guyana? Or is it Guyana or French Guyana? The draw is almost done. Guyana or French Guyana? It's going to be French Guyana in Jamaica's group. All right. All right. So there we go. That's the draw that you guys see on your screen. Let me know how you guys feel about it. There we go. Carlos Pavon jogging on the spot. Look at that. Yeah, so as I say, based on how the format and how everything will plan out, it looks as if a scenario where Jamaica play Cuba at home, right? Honduras home and away, and Nicaragua away. That's what we're looking at. All right. Nicaragua and Honduras. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Yeah, but no guarantee that Jamaica will face Trinidad, because remember, 2 teams in a group that you won't face. And you're going to play a team twice. Jamaica, Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Nicaragua, and French Guyana. All right? Or as they say in French, Guyane Française. Ha ha ha, funny. But that's what you see on the screen. How do you guys feel about the group? Let me know. True cultural group that Jamaica is in. Yeah, I can't take anybody likely, but yeah. Read Jamaica, Honduras, Trinidad, Cuba, Nicaragua, French Guyana. De Young, so we should top the group easily. I like the group. I do like the group. I guess in my wish list I had Suriname, but you know, we'll press on, we'll move on, you know what I'm saying? But personally, I like the group. I'm looking forward to what lies ahead as well. As we know, there are 2 teams that we won't play as well. So I'm looking forward to it, you know what I'm saying? So it will be good. All right, so everybody is aware. They have on the screen, they're showing have a graphic of the teams in the group. Yeah, so that is very good and helpful as well, so people are aware of who is in the group. What do you mean not good, the Woodhouse family? I don't understand you. I don't understand you at all. Float management, did you hear at all what I said? Were you here at the start of the video? Jamaica is not playing all 5 other teams in the group. Jamaica is going to play one team home and away, which would be Honduras, and Jamaica will play the number 4 seed at home, which is Cuba, and the number 5 seed away, which is Nicaragua. So that means Jamaica at home to Cuba, away to Honduras, away to Nicaragua, home to Honduras. That's what September and October looks like, okay? The 2024-25 edition of the CONCACAF Nations League is slated to kick off in September. The top 2 teams from each of the League A groups will join USA, Canada, Mexico, and Panama in the quarterfinals in November 2024. And there we go. That is the draw, folks. Now we await from CONCACAF the fixture list. That is something for us to look out for as well, okay? So there we go. There we go, folks. The draw has been completed. The CONCACAF competitions department will now work on the fixture list for the matches in the September and October window. But yes, that's where we are, folks. The draw has been completed. Noli will not play Trinidad. Trinidad, as you can see in this year, is a pot 3 team. Okay, we'll play pot 5, pot 4, and the team in pot 2, home and away. Yes, Arlington Clark says we're going to make it. Yes, we will. And I'm looking forward to it. Are you guys looking forward to it? Because this is going to be a very good draw. And I can't wait. How are you guys feeling? You guys looking forward to it? Because this is September 2024. That's when the Nations League draw. The Nations League for this cycle will start, okay? 2024. Okay? Everybody get that? Because this is big. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, the draw is complete. And as I made mention to you, Ricky Ondheim, the CONCACAF competitions department are going to work out the fixture list and reveal it on their website in due course. Okay. You guys got that? So remember, teams that you play, you're not going to play every team in your group, and there's going to be a team that Jamaica is going to play at home that they don't play away. There's going to be a team that Jamaica plays away, but they don't play at home. Remember that. Mr. Galaxy, it looks like you're just tuning in. As I made mention to you, there's no guarantees that Jamaica is going to play Trinidad and Tobago, because if it follows the same format like it did in last season, the pot 1 team plays the pot 4 team at home and pot 2 team at home, and plays the pot 5 and pot 2 team away, which means that they wouldn't play the pot 3 and pot 6 team. All right, so hopefully that gives you clarity on what I've just said. Okay. Yep. Give me 1 second, folks. 1 second. So yeah. But yes, as CONCACAF drops the fixture list, I will let you guys know. But CONCACAF is gonna work on that fixture list, you know, so that you are aware. So yes, folks, here we are. Here we are. But yes, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate it. But yes, as soon as CONCACAF releases the fixtures, I promise I'll let you guys know, make you guys be aware. I appreciate you guys being on the last 2 hours. That is also appreciated as well, greatly. You know, we have a big time ahead. We know our windows, we know we'll be occupied in September, October, November. A reminder for those of you that have just joined in, Jamaica in Group B, alongside Honduras, Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Nicaragua, and French Guyana. Okay. That is Jamaica's group for the Nations League. There's going to be 2 teams that Jamaica will not play. All right. And as I said, work it out in due course in relation to who those opponents will be. All right. So we'll work towards that. Yes, Meldon Baldwin, the Nations League will serve as a qualifier for the Gold Cup, and CONCACAF competitions will announce it in due course as well, how the process will be. Okay. Noah Dice says, interesting group. We have very, very interesting group. Looking forward to it and excitement that lies ahead. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Thank you. This is Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary right now. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices, infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beet and thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboys Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi, my name is Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like and share. Is that the right order?
Hi, I'm Chris Binney, and I'm Jamaica's #1 squash player and 9-time Caribbean champion. And you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share button below.